Welcome back to Ref Me Up 2.0, the Rookie Guide. Today we are covering the coin toss procedures from the CCA Football Officiating Manual. The coin toss is not informal. It is not something that just happens before the game while everyone gets in position. It is a structured, step-by-step ceremony with specific official positions, specific captain protocols, specific signals, and required documentation afterward. Every official has a role. Every step has a sequence. And the MechaniGram and PlayPic that accompany these procedures are the visual standard for how it should look. Let's go through the complete sequence, from 3 minutes before game time through the moment officials move to their kickoff positions. Let's start with the MechaniGram, who is where and why. 3 minutes before the scheduled game time, the referee and umpire should be in the center of the field. Those are the only two officials at midfield. Everyone else has a specific role on or near the sidelines. The field judge and side judge escort their respective captains. On a signal from the referee, the field judge and side judge escort their respective captains to the top of the numbers, and then they remain there. Their job after escorting is to ensure the teams stay in their side zones, on their sideline, or in the team area. The headline judge, center judge, line judge, and back judge all remain at the sideline. They do not come to midfield. Special note on the headline judge. Before the toss, the HLJ should have a game ball from each team in their possession. Both balls. Once the toss is completed, the correct ball, the one belonging to the team that will kick off, can be given to the center judge for the opening kickoff. In the critical boundary, no team personnel are to be inside the 9-yard marks during the toss. The field judge and side judge, positioned at the top of the numbers, are specifically there to enforce that boundary. Steps 1 through 6, from arrival at midfield through the flip itself. Step 1, 3 minutes before game time. Referee and umpire move to the center of the field. On a signal from the referee, the FJ and SJ escort their respective captains from their sidelines to the top of the numbers, then remain there. HL, CJ, LJ, and BJ stay on the sideline. Step 2, game ball prep. The headline judge must already have a game ball from each team before the toss begins. Once the toss is completed and it is known which team is kicking off, the correct ball goes to the center judge for the opening kickoff. Step 3, no team personnel inside the 9-yard marks during the toss. The FJ and SJ positioning at the top of the numbers ensures this is enforced. Step 4, captain positioning. The captains should face each other with their backs to their sidelines. There is an optional variation. The captains may rotate to face opposite goal lines while the referee faces the press box. Either configuration is acceptable. The referee selects the appropriate setup. Step 5, microphone on and visiting captain calls. The referee turns on the microphone once the toss begins. The visiting captain calls the toss. They tell the referee their choice before the referee flips the coin. The umpire should audibly repeat the captain's choice before the flip. This confirmation step is important. It prevents any dispute about what was called. Step 6, the flip. The referee flips the coin. The result is determined. If the winner of the toss opts to defer the choice until the second half, the referee stands toward the press box, clear of the captains, indicates the toss winner by placing a hand on the shoulder of the appropriate captain, and gives the choice-deferred signal as seen in the PlayPic on the next slide. The referee then obtains the choice of the other captain. Now let's look at the PlayPic and the specific signals the referee uses to communicate the results. The PlayPic shows two figures. The figure on the left is showing the choice-deferred signal. That is what the referee does when the toss winner opts to defer to the second half. Notice the arms are folded in front of the body. That is the deferred signal. The figure on the right shows both arms extended outward toward the appropriate goal line. That is the signal when a captain chooses an end of the field. Here are all 5 result scenarios and their signals. When the winner defers, the referee stands toward the press box, clear of the captains. Referee places a hand on the shoulder of the toss-winning captain, gives the deferred signal, then obtains the choice of the other captain. When a captain chooses to receive the kickoff, the referee instructs the receiving captain to face the opponent's goal line. The other captain, the kicking team captain, also faces the opponent's goal line. The referee gives a catching motion to indicate the team that will receive. When a captain chooses to kick, the referee indicates the choice by making a kicking motion toward the appropriate captain. When a captain chooses an end of the field, the referee points with both arms extended toward the appropriate goal line. That is the right figure in the PlayPic. After all choices are communicated and confirmed, the referee confirms the results of the toss with an announcement using the microphone. This is a public confirmation. Every coach, every player, and every official should hear the complete results clearly stated aloud. Steps 7 through 12, after the results are confirmed. Step 7, captain facing direction. The referee instructs the captain of the team that will receive the kickoff to face the opponent's goal line. The other captain, from the kicking team, also faces the opponent's goal line. This is the standard post-toss orientation of both captains. Step 8, signals for the 3 choice outcomes. Receive. The referee gives a catching motion toward the receiving captain. Kick. The referee makes a kicking motion. End of the field. The referee points with both arms extended toward the appropriate goal line. Step 9. Microphone announcement. The referee confirms the results of the toss with a full announcement using the microphone. All results are publicly confirmed. Every choice made by both teams is stated clearly. Step 10. Game ball transfer. Once it has been determined which team will kick off, the headline judge should take the appropriate game ball, the ball from the kicking team, to the center of the field and hand it to the center judge. Step 11. Written record. The officials make a written record of the results of the toss. This is required, not optional. The record documents which team won the toss, what choice the winner made, and what choice the opposing team made. Step 12. Move to kickoff positions simultaneously. The officials move to their kickoff positions simultaneously, not one at a time, all together. This movement signals the formal end of the coin toss ceremony and the beginning of the game. And that is the complete coin toss procedure. Let's bring it home with the full 11-step sequence. 1. 3 minutes before game time, referee and umpire to center, FJ and SJ escort captains to the top of the numbers. 2. HLJ has a game ball from each team. No team personnel, inside the 9-yard marks. 3. Captains face each other, backs to their sidelines, or optional rotation to face opposite goal lines. 4. Referee turns on the microphone. Visiting captain calls the toss. Umpire audibly repeats the call. 5. Referee flips the coin. Winner is announced. 6. If the winner defers, hand on the shoulder of the winner, deferred signal, then obtain the other captain's choice. 7. Receiving captain faces opponent's goal line. Kicking captain also faces opponent's goal line. 8. Signals, catching motion for receive, kicking motion for kick, both arms extended for end of field. 9. Referee announces all results on the microphone. 10. HLJ takes the correct game ball from the kicking team to center and hands it to the CJ. 11. Officials make a written record of the toss results and move simultaneously to kickoff positions. The coin toss is 3 minutes of ceremony that sets the entire structure of the game. Know every step. Execute it precisely. That is the standard. Thanks for joining Ref Me Up 2.0. I hope you got 1% better today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next Rookie Guide.
Well, that's a wrap for this section. Hopefully y'all learned something today. If you made it all the way through, then you're a real one, and I hope it brought you closer to your goals. Go ahead and subscribe and share with a football official, fan, or coach, and